Hi guys, Yiannis Christodoulou here, 2019 European and National Aquathlon Champion in my age group. And today I'm going to talk about the mental aspect of training. The mental aspect of training is very important, and if you have a positive mindset, then this will show in your training and you can go on to achieve your goals and targets. So what I want to talk about is how do you mentally prepare for training and how do you keep going, because it's really tough sometimes if you haven't got any races going on. So I'm going to talk about my experience and my tips. Firstly, motivation is very important in any mindset and for your mental health and well-being. Just getting out there and going for a run or going for a bike will go a long way. It doesn't have to have a plan, just to go out there and enjoy what you're doing. You need to be enjoying what you do, and in order to have motivation, you have to be able to enjoy it, but at the same time, moving forward with your training. Of course, we all have bad days, but if we always have bad days, then we know we have problems with our training. One bad day can happen now and again, but if you do have a bad day, don't dwell on it. Just look at it and take the positives. So firstly, with motivation, you need to sit down, and I always think you need to have targets to work towards. Having targets to work towards will go a long way to getting you out there and getting you motivated to carry on doing what you're doing. Sometimes, of course, we don't feel motivated and we don't want to get out the door, but I always say, for example, for running, if you've got 10, if you're not feeling it on the day, go out for 10 minutes for a run, and if you want to, and most of the time you do feel you will stay out longer, but if it's not happening, just come back, and maybe your body just needs a rest and just need to recuperate a bit and just look at your targets. So with motivation, I think it's important to have goals and targets for sure to work towards, and they can be mini goals, like, or a race. So you can have a race, like, so say January you want to do your first Ironman, so you go you'll work up towards a July Ironman, and you'll look at that, and that will motivate you to keep training. That's how I work. If I've got something to work towards, I will stay motivated and I will stay focused and I will keep working towards my goals. Another thing that is important is that you are your own person. Lots of people look and copy what other people do. Now, I'm my own person. I do it for me, and I don't don't copy other people's training, because what works for them won't necessarily work for you, and you may be a different ability to them. So you need to look at what works for you and what you enjoy. Now, you might see someone's training, you might think, oh, they did mile reps. I might try that. You can try that. Always try something new and look at what does work and doesn't work for you. Now, this is how my mindset works. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I don't care what they're doing in their training, because most of the time, a lot of people are making huge mistakes in their training. So if I'm doing heart rate training, I know I'm an expert in this area, so I know what I'm doing, and low intensity training, and I know I'm doing it right. But you can get hooked up on Strava, for example, and look at people's what they're doing and their training, and you can. The problem is they can be making mistakes, and then you may not notice it if you're not a coach, for example. So I notice these things when I'm a coach. Now, if you get setbacks, you can deal with the setbacks. You can rest is key. So if you get injured, take a few days off, or cross train if you can, if it doesn't make the injury worse, and that will help keep you motivated. Now, what the biggest mistake is that if you do get injured, don't just jump straight back into what you were doing before. You need to ease back into it depending on how long you've been out for. And you want to test the injury as well, so you want to build it up slowly. So that's motivation. So that's how I'm motivated. So my motivation is that I work towards my goals, and I'm racing myself, and I want to better myself. So I'm motivated to keep working at the task ahead and to better myself, and that's how I plan my training and mentally prepare myself for motivation. Now, the other aspect is what I want to talk about is control the controllable. So I learned this a few years back, and I found that I'll talk you through a little story quickly, that I turned up to 2016 World Championships in Mexico, and I panicked. I panicked big time because we were on the main island, and we found out a few days before, well, the day before the race, that there was no boat to take us across to get me into transition in the early morning to the island in Cozumel. So this was in Mexico, and I panicked. I was on my feet all day. We were looking for a hotel, and I was completely knackered. I was stressed out, and when I turned up to the race, it was my worst race ever, and I was completely knackered. I was running very slow. I struggled in the swim and just didn't have anything in me because I was stressed out too much, and I could control that. So I learned how to control what I can control, and anything outside my that I can't control, I don't worry about. So the following year, I'll use another quick example. Turned up to Canada for the World Championships. I finished 6th in my age group in the World Aquathlon Championships, and I had a really bad night's sleep 2 days before through jet lag, but I relaxed. I relaxed in the hotel. I can't sleep during the day. Once I'm up, so I just relaxed, watched movies, motivational movies and quotes and stuff, and videos, and I relaxed, and I stayed off my feet all day, and I controlled what I could control. And then the following day I woke up early morning ready for the race, and it was a great race, and I finished 6th at World Championships. So I learned from my mistakes, and mentally I learned how to prepare myself. So going back to controlling the controllable, so you can control what you can control, and anything outside that you can't control, don't worry about it, because you can't do anything about it. Just leave it. So with your training, you can control your training. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Just think about yourself and mentally prepare yourself for training for the task ahead. Now, you may look at people's training, and they may come to say, "Oh, I did this fast," and it can get into your head. Now, same as a race, you turn up onto a race day, and someone says, "Oh, I've been injured," or someone says, "Oh, I've done this the other day," and then you start doubting yourself and think, "Shall I do what I am? What shall I have done that?" No, you're your own person. And again, control what you can control. So you have to have the mindset mentally that you will achieve what you want to achieve from your training. So with any sort of training, like whether it's bike, run, swimming, or strength training, etc., you just want to approach with a positive mindset. Now, a positive mindset does go a long way. Keeping positive. If you've had a bad run or a bad race, look at that. Don't dwell on it. Don't analyze it to bits and think, well, what have I done? Take the positives out of it. If I have a bad race, I take the positives out of it. And yes, now and again, I do have bad training sessions and the odd bad race, but I take the positives, and I can control what I can control in my training. So for example, if I've no problems with the swim, I would look at the swim and say, well, I actually did really well this bit. Maybe I've got to work more on my endurance. So you need to keep positive, and I think that's so important to move forward. So my 3 key things are really motivation, positive, and controlling the controllable. And this will go a long way for your training and to achieve your goals. So guys, I just wanted to say thanks again for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. More videos, of course, coming soon. And any ideas, please drop them in a comment what you would like to see, because I've got a lot of experience and I don't know what you would like to see. I've got ideas, but yeah, let me know. Please like, and thanks again.
And the champions of this age group category, Henrietta Pasapic and Yiannis Christodoulou. Christodoulou.